The Spanish-American War was a short but important conflict. It took place in 1898. The United States fought against Spain. This war changed the role of the United States in the world. The war was mainly fought over Cuba. Cuba was a Spanish colony. The United States wanted to help Cuba become independent. The war also involved fighting in other Spanish colonies like the Philippines. The Spanish-American War lasted only about 10 weeks. However, it had a big impact. It made the United States a major power on the world stage. There were many reasons why the United States and Spain went to war. One reason was the explosion of the USS Maine. The Maine was a U.S. Navy ship that exploded in Havana Harbor. The U.S. blamed Spain for the explosion. This angered the American public and pushed the country closer to war. Another reason was the United States' growing interest in expanding its influence. The U.S. wanted to protect its economic interests in Cuba. It also wanted to prevent other European powers from gaining more control in the Americas. These factors, along with growing support for Cuban independence in the U.S., led to the war. The Spanish-American War was fought on land and at sea. One of the most famous battles was the Battle of San Juan Hill in Cuba. American forces, including Theodore Roosevelt's Rough Riders, fought bravely and won a decisive victory. Another important event was the Battle of Manila Bay in the Philippines. The U.S. Navy, led by Commodore George Dewey, destroyed the Spanish fleet. This victory gave the U.S. control of the Philippines. The war also saw fighting in Puerto Rico, another Spanish colony. Many important figures played a role in the Spanish-American War. President William McKinley led the United States. He was initially hesitant about going to war but eventually asked Congress to declare war on Spain. Theodore Roosevelt, then Assistant Secretary of the Navy, was a strong advocate for war. He resigned from his position to form the Rough Riders, a volunteer cavalry regiment. Admiral George Dewey's victory at Manila Bay made him a national hero. On the Spanish side, Admiral Pascual Cervera commanded the Spanish fleet in Cuba.